What got me into radio? Just a long time ago, it seems, about 35 years ago. I had a job where I was working outside in the cold and decided that guy on the other side of the radio seemed to have a lot warmer job than I did. And I had a real interest in radio right from the time I was small. Didn't want to be on air, liked the technical side, so that's what got me in. Basically started back in 1982 in small market, moved my way through to larger markets, and then to a point where I decided that side of radio, being in the station, was not for me, and I moved on and jumped to the other side of the fence and as a contractor and an integrator. So that's where I am today. I was never really on the microphone side. I did have an interest there, but it was always the technical side. You know, I was always the guy, you know, fixing the tone arm on the turntable and getting the cart machines queued up and changing the bearings and you know, being that guy, basically from microphone to transmitter and towers. And you know, we went from there through the automation stages, the early days of computerization, and as we moved on and from station to larger market, and then into a situation where, you know, we go from what we called the early stages of digital, which was CD players and the automation, and after I left that side and went to the dark side, or the sales side, or the integrator side, you know, now the last 10 years as Canadian distributor of, you know, the Axia Omnia products, we became full round circle and now, you know, fully into the digital side of radio, and I love it. I work more as a project manager now, doing the projects from the office, designing and making sure the client is happy from there, but the real love is still getting out with the tool belt and going out helping the client hands-on and being in the field. I like being there when the project is complete. I like to be there in the planning stages. You know, as a radio station engineer or technician, you know, when you're working for the station, how often do you actually get to build something from the ground up? Do you get to design it? Did you go out to pick your equipment that you want to buy? You know, design the studios, design how the walls are made, the facility is made, and then take it to fruition. It doesn't happen very often. It may happen once in a lifetime. From the contractor integrator point of view, you do that over and over, and you meet so many interesting people. Being from Canada, our installations are Canada-wide. We deal with clients on the very East Coast, on the very West Coast, as far south as we can go before we hit the U.S. border. Last November we had a very interesting installation, very small installation, but it was in this village of Cogluktuk, Nunavut, which is really on the Northwest Passage. And you're up there in November. I was up there for a week where the days you've got three and a half hours of sunshine or daylight, and you've got temperatures of minus 37 that you're bundling up to walk to the small community center to build it. You've got the whole community there daily, seeing what you are or what you're doing because you're the new person in town, and you're building a radio station for their community. And that was unique, and that's, personally, I love to do that as well. Small community radio in the north, or community stations that are there to provide information for the local people. That's radio to me. That's true. Coming from Canada once again, if you're in the north and places like Cogluktuk or Inuvik or the very far north where the announcer is sending out reports to the trapper on the trap line that his wife is all all well and all good, man, radio doesn't get any better than that. That's what it's there for. And those, you ask me why I stay in radio, those are the real treats. Of course, they don't pay all the bills, so we do it all. But dealing with the people and making the project, help the project from the get-go and carry it right through fruition and hand it over to the client, working with the client along the way. That's what it is. You know, the flashing lights and all of that, that's all part of it. But being able to actually get the final connection and turn that STL on and transmitter on and get it to air, that's the pleasure for me.